All right, guys. So the other day, I thought of this question. Okay, I've been asking everybody, and it has divided everybody. Right? It's pretty much split down in the middle, of kind of where people would go. So here's the question. Okay, you're married, right? And your wife or husband, your significant other at this time, was married prior. Okay, but their significant other passed away during the marriage, and they still have a photo of them at their wedding day hanging up in y'all's house. How do you feel about that? What are your thoughts? We'll go with the man of the hour, Devon.
Who's going?
Ooh, she has the picture up of her old husband. I would feel very uncomfortable. I would feel very uncomfortable just because I feel like she's still. I mean, she's gonna love him no matter what because he passed away. She's gonna love him no matter what. But I feel like it's us now. You know, we're husband and wife. That needs to be up there for us. I mean, keep the picture. I'm not saying to throw it away, but you know, it's gonna make me feel uncomfortable.
So you'd essentially you'd have her
Take it down.
take it down.
Yes, I would have her take it down.
How would you have that conversation?
I would just tell her, "Hey, honey."
I like the name.
Okay, that's a good start.
Say, you see that picture up there? That's good. I would just tell her. So you know, I'm not gonna lie, honey. I feel very uncomfortable. I know it's weird me saying honey, but you know it's.
I think it's cute.
I feel uncomfortable. I feel uncomfortable having this picture up there. I know it may seem rude, but I feel uncomfortable. I would like for you to take it down. I want our picture up there.
But you know how much he meant to me.
Do you know how much you mean to me?
I'm sure a lot, but I also love you. But he means a lot to me. He's a big part of my life.
I know he's a big part of your life, but right now I'm a big part of your life.
I feel like you're being selfish.
Alrighty.
So obviously, Mesa, you would not have this conversation. Well, how would you feel?
How would I feel? I would let her keep it. I don't think it'd be a big deal for me. I think I'm not gonna make her take something down that's a big part of her life. It'd be like a family member almost. You know what I mean? It's someone that she loves, someone she cared about. It's a big part of her life. I don't have the right to say take that down.
Where are you comfortable with her putting it? Like, let's say you walk in, there's a fireplace, and it's right in the middle of the fireplace. Are you comfortable with wherever? Is there a certain place you're gonna have her put it?
I don't think I have a problem with it being anywhere specific, but I think we can have the conversation about like how prominent is the picture. Like, is it like a shrine? Like, is it something that's like oh my gosh? Or is it just a picture that's above the fireplace or something like that? That wouldn't bother me, honestly. Again, I'm not gonna be the bad guy and make you take away a part of your life that is important to you because I feel insecure about the situation. You know what I mean?
Okay, and our special guest, Miss Yanni.
I don't know about this one. I just don't know because you're my husband now, and you have a picture of you and another. I don't know. Maybe it depends on. I don't know. If it's up in the house, it needs to be like way down the hallway somewhere, and it doesn't need to be big. It needs to be kind of small. And there better be some pictures of us up, otherwise it's going to be a problem. So I don't know. It just kind of be a case by case, I guess. But if it's there, it's all the way at the end. It needs to be like a
Tucked away.
Yeah, 5x7 or something.
It is so crazy. Like talking, I brought it up at work, and everyone was split down the middle. Some people were blatant, like, nope, it's coming down. Like there's no talking about it. It's coming down. And some people were, I'd keep it up. And it's there's a lot of variables that do go into it, right? Like
for sure, absolutely.
And I would think, like, where is it? Like, is it with we have our family pictures and it's also there. Is it kind of by itself? Then that means it would kind of stand out.
Yeah.
there's a lot of weird things that kind of go into it. Nay, what do you think?
So I think I'm like Mesa. I wouldn't think it was that big of a deal. I guess you don't want it like in the front, all huge. But I don't think I'd mind because he's gone already. So he's passed away. So there's no emotion into it, and I don't know. They have to. Sometimes you have to like let it go. And I think about it like that. What if it was like a sister that passed away, like that same emotion? So keep it up if you want to. I probably won't look at it very much.
You're gonna be dusting her.
Everything around it except the picture.
Some people at work brought up good points. Like the people who wanted to take it down, they're like, but I would have to kind of explain that to people who came in, and they're like, who is this guy? So it's
But
kind of like how comfortable are you having
Yeah,
to explain that?
But I think even with that explanation, like there's reasoning behind it. I think most people would understand. Like if someone came into my house and I was like, "Hey, like that's her husband. She was married before and he passed away." Like it's not gonna be like, "Why do you still have that?" Like no one's gonna have that conversation.
And what's funny is I thought that until I started asking this question, and it's divided.
Yeah.
So there's not a like. I don't think most people would, because it's so divided down the middle that there would be a lot of people that would say like, "Well, you still have that up? Why?"
Interesting.
Because this is one of the most divided questions that I have come up with.
Because I could see some people being like, but why do you still let her have that? Like, yeah, I could see it.
Yeah, and some people said that they would make them take it down, but they would have. I mean, you can put it in a photo album or in a folder or somewhere that's private to you. I just personally don't want that up. Is where you hear a lot of people. That's kind of the
taking it down.
Yeah,
basically.
the common grounds there.
Like, do you hang on to like like things in a box?
Like, do you still have stuff in your house that was given to you by your ex?
Are you asking me? Oh yeah, I mean
Mesa Lou.
I don't like box stuff up or anything, but like do I still keep like a shirt or like a something that a jacket or something? Yeah, like I still wear it. I'm not gonna just box it up and not get any use out of it. Like I'm gonna wear it. Like
Do you get rid of like pictures?
I don't really take a lot of pictures, so I don't really have.
Yanni, what do you think about that? Like, you go into a guy's house, right? You're dating him, okay? And you start looking around and you start noticing that there's a lot of girly stuff that's hanging around his house, and that stuff that's possibly was given to him by his exes that he's kind of just holding on to.
But he's obviously you're still attached, so no. Even though I'm not gonna lie, I do have some of my like ex dudes like T-shirts and stuff, but pictures, not really, and no letters or nothing like that. But if he has too much, you can go back to her.
Isn't that kind of different though between a spouse that died and an ex-husband or wife? Isn't that different?
It is different, but
Yeah.
it's funny because it's different for like the people who kind of divided it, but you on the other hand said no to both. So to you, it's the same.
It would it would still make me feel uncomfortable no matter what. If he passed away, or if it was an ex-husband, it would still make me uncomfortable no matter what. But I feel like it would be different for most people, whether it's an ex-husband or that person passed away.
Yeah, no, that is a difference. But so since you're on the other side there, and a lot of people said, because a lot of especially religious people believe that when someone passes away that you cared about and you love, like they could be like their guardian angel. Okay, so we're very symbolic, like we are as a species,
sure.
and I've kind of talked about how like grave sites are just super symbolic as species. Like I don't necessarily believe in a grave site, like I don't see the point of it, but a lot of people do. A lot of people go there to kind of talk to their past loved ones, and we're symbolic, right? So essentially, that's what this picture comes down to. It's just a symbol. And a guy at work that was very strongly against it, he said I would take it down. He wears a necklace every single day that was given to him by his father. Okay, and so I brought that up. I was like, well, you wear that necklace every day for a meaning, right? It was someone you loved, right? This could be the same concept. Like this is something that she loved, not necessarily like you're not good enough, but this is like her guardian angel. This is someone that essentially she could possibly be like protect. That's her guardian angel that's protecting over her family now, which includes you, right? And so that's what makes this question so difficult, because if somebody does believe that and they're super symbolic, taking that down is kind of making somebody rush their venting period. Like, hey, like I'm forcing you to get over it today.
And I think that's kind of what I was saying. Like you're basically asking someone to like wipe away a part of their life that like is important to them. You know what I mean? That person helped that person become who they are. Like I'm not gonna ask you to forget that and act like none of that happened. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna act like you weren't married before and those memories that you have with that person didn't exist or don't exist. Like, they do. And I just can't find myself finding the strength to be like, hey, take that down.
So the passing away thing, that would be fine. Now, an ex, like the ex stuff, not that. I wouldn't be. That's not that good. Like I would say, throw it away, burn it. I delete all the pictures. Like if I took pictures, I delete them.
I just won't tell her which guy got it. I mean, as long as you don't know, right?
Ruh-roh.
He's not honest.
So what if she asks you? She's like, "Oh, where'd you get this beautiful painting from?"
My sister.
Oh my god!
Alrighty.
So we kind of get a little bit of what you were saying, how you're like symbolic yourself. But like, what about you? Do you ask her to take it down?
So
Patrick, sorry.
Yes, Patrick. Patrick here. So what's funny is when I first brought this up to Nate, and she won't admit it now, but she was on the other side, okay? And we kind of talked about this for a while, and then she switched sides. My initial thought, like if you would ask me initially, I probably would have said no. I would take it down, like But I'm not symbolic, so I don't understand that meaning of
Right.
that picture. But I can see it now just based off of that alone.
Yeah.
Is it because people hold on to stuff from people in their past, and it's just purely symbolic. And I don't know if I could push somebody to get over that immediately. Like, hey, I need you to get over this already. Because my argument to people who were like, because there was some people that were like, he's passed away, basically, like, kind of get over it.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things. Okay, well, what if she told you that about like you had a sister that passed away, and she says, hey, can you take that picture down? She's
Get
gone.
over it.
Get over it. Like, that would hurt you.
She's not coming back. Like,
Yes.
stuff like that. Like,
And a guy at work argued another point. He goes, well, that's blood. That's different. I said, okay, what about your best friend? Your best friend passes away. You have a picture of him up.
so marriage isn't a bond that
yes.
like is extremely important. Like, what? I don't understand that argument.
So I've argued against myself, and I wouldn't be able to have her. I wouldn't be able to have her take it down. Where it's located would be. I don't know if I could do the fireplace. You walk in immediately, and it's the only picture there.
yeah.
Yeah.
It would have to be like, for example, in my living room, I have a picture frame that has like 20 pictures on it or something. If it's in the midst of all that,
Sure.
okay. I don't know if I could have it stand alone, like it's right there. And
You just don't want it real prominent, like in like out there, like
Yes.
just huge. Yeah, exactly.
I think that makes more sense. But I still would tell her, it still makes me feel uncomfortable. But she had that good of a reason, like, hey, this is symbolic. This means so much to me. Then I will compromise with her and say, hey, cool, can we just put it here? Can we put it somewhere else? Because if it does have that much meaning to her, then I have to consider her feelings.
is there? So this point again was brought up to me. Is there a specific time frame, like if she has it up for, or he has it up for years? Like you're 10 years down the line, you're married. Does it eventually? You're like eventually, like something should change, or is it kind of you made that decision here immediately when we got married? That was kind of the agreement, and so it never changes. 10 years down the line, if it's still up, if you guys being married, does it bother you at that point?
I think from the beginning, if you ask her to take it down, she takes it down, she just stay down. If she wants to keep it up, then it just stays up no matter what. Either or, it's going to either be completely down or it's going to stay up. So no matter what.
I don't know. Like, I don't know what it is for me, but like, I don't think it bothered me for how long it stays up. Honestly, again, it's a huge part of someone's life, and however they want to handle, dealing with that. That's their deal, and I can't force you to get over in a certain amount of time.
Yanni, anything?
If it has to be up, like I said, way down the hall, and it can stay up for as long as we're in the house.
There you go.
Down
That's compromise.
the hall.
Compromise.
Down the hall.
How would that conversation go, Yanni, with your future children, right? So you guys have children now, and they're growing up, and now they start asking questions. How does that conversation go with you answering those questions?
Well, there's two ways it can go. I can either just go ask your father.
Okay.
Or I can just say, well, Dad was married before, and this is who he's married to, and then kind of go into what happened, maybe depending on how old the kids are. But knowing me, I'll probably say, go ask your father. That's his story to tell.
I got a good question for you, Devin. So this point was again brought up to me. Someone who was on the other side, right?
Cool.
They said, I think if I told them that they could leave it up, it would be brought up in several fights later. He was like, I think like I would almost hold that in me because it makes him uncomfortable. So he goes, every day I would be uncomfortable with it in there. That eventually it's one of those things that like another fight that had nothing to do with it kind of gets brought up, right? When things get heated. Do you feel like because you're having to kind of sacrifice something every single day and you're seeing this photo during a fight, it could come up and blow up?
Like, oh, I let you keep that photo up there and you're just going to keep acting like this, whatever, something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Uh-huh.
Yeah, basically.
No, I don't think... I say no right now. I don't know about, like, when I'm in the moment, but I say, like, no. I can't do it. Like, no. I feel like... Why would I come out?
I feel like that would bring it up. I feel like that would
Because
bring
when
it
you're
up.
angry, you got to think of it. When someone's angry, right? We've all been angry, and especially in relationships, small things got brought up. Like, there's a fight. Like, well, you remember
Yes.
4 months ago,
Uh-huh.
and you didn't do this, right? It gets brought up. It just happens.
Yes, and girls are notorious for that. They'll remember everything. So every little mistake you've ever made your entire life will get brought up, even though that has nothing to do with the arguments about that time you left the toilet seat up or something. Like that's gonna come up. She's gonna be mad. So and Devin, I think it is bothering you, and I think it would bother you enough to someday you would bring it up.
Yes.
100%.
I agree.
And she just met you.
I'm still going to say no. Who else said they would have it down? Was it just me?
No, like I said, there's a bunch of people that said they would have it down.
No, I was talking about.
Oh, in this
everybody
group,
in
this
the room,
moment?
like that
Well,
same question.
Well, Yanni was up in the air.
Yeah, she's a little more on the
there's
fence about
a
it.
lot of variables that
Yeah,
would
A
have
lot
to be
of variables.
compromised.
Okay.
And that's so again, a guy at work said like she would basically he put it like she would have to sacrifice for me. Like it's making me uncomfortable. She would have to take it down, and that's such a hard decision because one of you is making the ultimate sacrifice, right? Either someone's gonna be uncomfortable almost every day. You know, if people ask you about it or just looking at it, you're gonna be uncomfortable, or the other one's gonna have to just blatantly take it down.
Yeah.
Right? This is a very hard thing. There are little small things you can do to kind of compromise, but essentially one of them you is completely
Somebody's
sacrificing.
compromising. Yep.
So Devin, going back to your angry argument, okay? So let's say, and this is another point that was brought up. So let's say y'all are in the middle of an argument, right? And she's like, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So she turns around and she's walking away. And this picture that's in the back of the hallway, she takes a glance at it as she's walking away. And you see it, and you're mad, you're frustrated, you're super mad. You kind of see her looking at this picture she's walking by. How's that, go with you?
I'll be like, what? I'll be like a little angry. But, no, I'll be super pissed. I'll be super pissed. Kind of like, I wish you were here. I feel like that's how it is. Kind of. That's how it is. That's if we're in the heat of an argument, my adrenaline's pumping, her adrenaline's pumping. She's going to that picture, automatically thinking it's like, I wish you were here, babe, or I want you here. I'm like, this woman. So I'll be super pissed. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, that's coming one of those things that it could stem a bigger argument. Yanni, what do you think? You see that?
He tried it. The picture really would be down there. It's a done deal. Here you
She
go.
tried.
Put that up somewhere. You tried it.
That was deep.
That was deep.